What happens when you put good people in an evil place? Does humanity win over evil, or does evil triumph?
I created the Stanford prison experiment that took place at Stanford University in 1971, which demonstrated the Lucifer effect. The Lucifer effect can be defined as a transformation in which good people engage in evil actions. This experiment took place in a basement at Stanford University in California. College students applied to participate in a paid experiment unknowing what was in store for them.
I was looking for a job the last 2 weeks of summer, and there weren't many opportunities. I saw an ad in the paper and I thought it was perfect. It paid $15 a day and was only for 2 weeks. And it was either this or flipping burgers. So the choice was pretty obvious. I had no idea what to expect, but as an eager and broke college student, I was up for anything. Many of my peers felt the same way and decided to participate in this experiment as well.
The roles of the prisoners and guards were randomly selected. I took away the prisoners' identities and gave them numbers to be identified by. These numbers were placed on the degrading clothing that they were forced to wear after being stripped of their own clothes. The guards wore black sunglasses to hide their eyes and dehumanize them.
These are the uniforms you must wear. These numbers on the top right corner of your shirt are your new identities.
Nothing was really happening until the prisoners decided to take on their roles more intensely and rebel against the guards. This made the guards feel that they weren't being taken seriously and they needed to change their actions and make things more interesting.
We have to step this up. These prisoners are taking advantage of us. Let's make this more interesting. The prisoners were awoken from their sleep and were forced to do vigorous tasks throughout the night. They had to clean the toilets with their bare hands, do a ridiculous amount of physical activity such as jumping jacks and push-ups, and were humiliated in front of their cellmates. Things started to turn personal. You guys need to do 10 jumping jacks and 5 push-ups. Now!
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Things progressively started to intensify and people began losing their sense of control, especially for prisoner 8621.
I've never screamed so loud in my life. I felt like I needed to get out and leave this prison. Things had gotten out of hand and I felt like I was losing my mind. I no longer felt secure and safe.
Prisoner 8621 was not the only one who began losing control. The boundary between reality and make-believe was becoming blurred even for Zimbardo. Zimbardo began looking at himself as a prisoner supervisor instead of the psychologist who created this experiment. The prisoners and guards also began losing touch with reality by believing that they truly were in prison and not just part of an experiment.
I feel like I lost my identity. I was no longer Clay, but 416. I decided to go on a hunger strike. I got punished by being put in the hole. I was the troublemaker.
The hole is a punishment place for prisoners. Get in the hole.
The conclusion of this experiment was that prisons aren't ethical. The guards felt guilt, while the prisoners felt shame. I brought all the people who were involved in the experiment together to talk about their experiences. They were appalled at their behaviors and the roles that they had played. In the end, the evil place won over the good people.
Looking up, there's always sky.